certainly the best.
I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, and to serve Nigeria with all my strength. Now, so it's supposed to be. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, and to serve Nigeria with all my strength. Now, so it's supposed to be. Citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they say if you see something, say something. We must continue to thank everybody when they watch us for ITV, when they watch us for Facebook, for YouTube, for TikTok, when they watch us online, for America, for Africa, for Nigeria, for Edo. You could ask me where I did so. I did for Umelu community for Ikpobaoka local government area of Edo State. The landlord and landladies went to this area. They not let me rest oh. In the daytime oh, in the afternoon oh, in the midnight oh. That's why they go to come a number. Vasunu. However, citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, anywhere on a day for the world, the landlord and landlady of these fine beautiful houses and other houses went to this area. Now one eye they take they sleep. The landlord of this beautiful house, the landlord of this house, and the other house and other houses where this area. Now one eye they take they sleep. They say in the night, their house and them as human being, they say their body go to shake. Not be joke oh. He said when the thing start now, this house, it's gonna shake. Then they say too gonna shake. Also know what did happen. They say if you see something, say something no. I don't know whether they ask because who do?
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Which one they say thank you? Which one they say thank you?
They call you every time they call you. You know the pick call. What did they happen? I don't they call you. Every day. I go write you message. You know they answer my call, Baba. Thank you today. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I will see.
Now your house be this.
Now my house be this. So now my house be this.
What happen?
What did they make me? They call you. Now I want to show you. So if you see this, my beautiful house. When I build that time, Smith, it never even cost as it is now. So I don't stay here for over 12 years. No pit, nothing like borrow pit here. We buy this land from Umelu. We settled there. Now we build these houses. As I dey here now, not up to 2 years now, pit enter.
What do we pit?
Borrow pit where they take sand.
Borrow pit where they
carry sand. So the sand now, we don't go to tell the owner say this is what they do. You want to destroy our house. You want to destroy our house. You know they give us different threatening and all those things. As we dey talk now, my POP for us, he don't destroy. Even borrow tank where I put for corner, he vibrate, he fall, he die, they corner here now. He dey on everything about me now. I know they feel sleep again. We know they feel sleep again for this area. If the tractor, excavator, they pick sand, they shake. My house go they shake. All the oluvas, all of them go they shake. I beg, Bosunu, I beg. Make this matter. Make Governor Pebolo make it come rescue us. Senator Modok Pebolo.
No, what do you want me to do now?
They can't stop this pit for us. Make they can't stop this pit because make they can't stop and they don't first stop.
Make they stop the contractor.
Make they stop the contractor. We don't need pit for here again. We don't need pit.
I'll let you take this area.
Let me take this area again. My neighbors, all of the day. My landlord, all of the day house. The day house now. The day house. My landlord day.
No, this backyard. So when you want no, let me say, get what we go see for this backyard.
Something day we go see for this backyard. Something day we go see for this backyard. Where Governor Senator Pebolo go see. Something day a big hole, big pit. Don't they? Big borrow pit. They don't destroy our house.
Come on, no bless you. Person, now you get this house.
Now my neighbor.
In the house. Hello there. Who there? Come now.
I no expect say you go to a reach like this oh. I no expect since what would they call you all the way from January last year to they make it almost a year 2 months now we they see you. I know say you dey busy sha. I not to blame you. But you don't tell what they promise or say you go come. But and I go just make I stay out today oh. Just that we get information say our tipper driver association say make the landlords and landlady make the stay say make they come inspect the place whether they don't carry the place.
Wetin happen? Come. Now your house with this.
Yes, so now my
this
house
house
be this.
fine.
Now my house be this.
Ah, come.
I entered this place 2010.
2010.
Yes, sir. I did not meet any pit here with my current landlord. About 2 years ago, 2024, now they can start to the deep pit for back of our house. We go report to the Nogi of this community. He called the man, called all the landlords. We do meeting. He come and peg where we work rich. According to the way he explain, saying go carry money for low, where he buy the place. If the driver now be saying now if you pay the low, they give him a line, may he not pass. And he don't pass that place now since 2024. Then when he come no say with the trouble and he can't go settle 2 people, my neighbor back of my house, go buy land for them, go to build house for them. He leave me, leave my neighbor. Look at my 2 brothers with there abroad. He still live on. We got meet and they use DSS, they threaten us. Say if we can't come to around, saying go use DSS, pick us to Abuja. I don't get power. Now say me you help me cry to Governor Mondo Okpebholo. May he come help us to stop this man, may no put pit for this place.
But why
again.
you got to come and say this to your house? You're going to shake.
3 o'clock they don't start work. 3 a.m. I don't know where's and the man know what they do. You know say government go quick come pursue one. That's why they work early morning 3 o'clock a.m. While the excavator don't they work, the vibration of the house. Come, okay, me I can't go back on my go see the house don't tear for back. It don't tear.
So now what make government now? Make them stop the operation first.
Yes, sir. Make them stop on. Yes, make them stop on.
It affect all these houses where they all this area.
Yes, so
Man, come,
come.
my house. Come.
This is my car.
They say if you see something, say something. Drop your comment and share them. Now the coco be saying, I did for Umelu community for Ikpoba local government for Edo State, South Nigeria. As an area journalist, I need to enter different place. But these people they call me. Say this their house is so. Say if I enter this back, say big borrow pit when they for the carry sharp sand, red sand. Say now, it don't near their house. Then they beg Edo State government, Ministry of Environment and all, make them stop the contractor first, so because they say they not get money when they want to buy land, build us again. Who be that one? Now your brother house be this.
This is my 2 brother house.
Hey! Okay, you be twins.
Yes, so.
Also, waiting they happen.
Now why you be now what for you?
I don't know they walk my waka.
You don't tell we don't look for you tire.
Hey!
Asunu, you don't dey take bribe. You don't dey take bribe. Now question ask you.
Why not Tavirio?
So apa we say uye zedo. Oganu po ade make gba lowe. Vebo na. Umelu community. Saint Savior. Ọpẹ́ ni make gba lowe my brother. Akọliwe kaluwe gbesowe number busy. Be man you we say yo.
Wetin go happen now? Wetin happen?
Now be the reason of Osunu. Or me we Osunu. Now you are going to ask question. Now we all they ask say wetin dey happen. Now my brother, wala wo ime wa mo gbere mi and Ọpẹ́ ni make ko wa. We know so na don ready like this. Now face this borrow pit now.
Borrow pit?
Yes sir.
Oh, your backyard.
Yes, face the backyard so.
Wetin happen? Your house is shake.
My head don finish. The time we don't need you now. I know if it say don't pass. Now that minute now we dey so. Wetin dey show so na my backyard so. We don't ask of you so tell we don't tire, we don't lose hope. Say meaning we not get masses not get with who go fit cry for them again. See my house like this. As I build this house, now God give me power, not me get the power. Now, you don't see my colleagues, they don't build us. We all build us together. Now, years back, we not see anything like borrow pit. Last 2 years now we come to see say borrow pit. They thought they come.
Whether me they take bribe?
Yes. We don't ask of you tire.
Call you man.
You know what?
They call you. Call you man. Call you. Iye wetin dey happen?
Na wasu nu na me e piti ugo gwa me ya go gwa me na ma ga na ya go gwa bi je me no reba ni oni na odi gwa ya de e roba na anwa me ni ona negedagbu na mu yodo ya dele pa ga na obi je me wala ho
Where they go that side? Yeah. Where they go? Where the other guy? Where the other guy? Wanna come go show us?
Now my brother, my junior brother, I get this also. Now my junior brother get this also.
Yes.
And not get connect us. Say, may we develop in community for now. Not before money, not before borrow pit. May we help and develop the area. This house, this one. Now the whole family. Now the same family. Now I get all this borrow.
Let me say that they work for this borrow pit. All year they shake.
Oh God, now what's soon? Me understand the way.
What they go?
I don't understand you.
Come go show me.
That's what I say. You chop bribe. No, be since last year we dey call you. We don't know why you don't call. And as you dey here with us now, we don't trust you. Allow the pikin don't bribe you. No be lie o.
Wait.
See Jimo wife. Jimo of Umelu community. Now why be this?
Now they bury for them.
Now they bury for here. The great Jimo of Umelu
Now
community.
backyard be this.
Yes, so.
Man, now go show me. Now how they go? How they go? I won't follow you. Cause the problem be here we go pass.
Anywhere you say more follow.
I pledge to Nigeria, my country,
Oh.
to be faithful, loyal, and
You
honest,
say you on your house.
and to serve Nigeria with all my strength. That's so it's supposed to
No be
be.
this one.
No fear. Therefore, Melu community for Ekpobaka local government. However, the landlord and landladies, they say they know they sleep for Savior because of the borrow pit. But I want to go see them.
You borrow pit. Levanare.
Now you they control me now.
Levanare. You follow here. No be houses be this one. No be. May carry the
Now foundation.
camera. No be foundation be this one. No be house building be this one. No be building be this one. First year, Oga. No be borrow pit. All this was not be building.
Go show me the thing where you said that they dig.
Oga, see now. This was I show you. Where be sleeping? You dey see so.
Where be the road? Wow.
You borrow pit now.
Now people land beyond this one.
Yes. No be big people building you pass oh. Show them again make a see.
Okay.
No be our building be this one. No be our building be this one.
Okay. Okay, now down the house of those. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
I hear you, sir.
Sorry. Okay, where you are, Ojo? Now your house with that, Abi?
Yes, sir.
This one of my house. This one of my brother house where they abroad.
See my house. No be we all dey the same level. No be smart yo. See borrow pit. No be borrow pit where we dey so.
But they go on full.
No be borrow pit we dey so.
Okay, wait.
See no be borrow pit be this one.
Hey, whoa.
Hey!
Hey, Go.
Not pass there.
Yes.
No be borrow pit this one.
Okay, see Ambo.
No be my house.
See Ambo. Sin is believe you. Sin is believe you. So I don't believe in action, I believe in words. You are seeing what we are crying about over a year plus now. You see what we are crying about over a year plus now. You see it? That we are not lying.
See your house for them.
Yes, so the man bribe 2 people go buy land, they build that for them. Leave the rest. Say we have no power for where he dey. Say go take loan for bank, wait till they operate. So until he finish the loan, he not get where they go. So we have to.
As the digger, they affect your house.
Yes, so 3 o'clock a.m. they don't start work. You can see now. Look at tipper where they carry sand now. Look at tipper. Day and night, either they walk.
Wait Friday. Go.
Friday.
However, I want beg His Excellency, Senator Monday Kpewolo,
Yes, sir.
Ministry of Environment, Town and Planning, Tipa Oga. You see that place when I did dust now? They say their house in the night gonna make bug. The person where they give this pit, if they dig and they dig, their foundation they shake.
Bosu. Waiting they happen.
Shut up. Drop your comments. I did for Melu, for Saint Savior, for Ekpobaka. Here, here, sis. Hello. Call this cameraman.
The office of us, yo. They come follow pit for here. As me and the bitch, I love you by that again. We not need them, oh. They don't scatter my house, oh. They don't scatter them. See how you get? It don't scatter. Make them come out. Government, me not come out, oh. Me not come out, oh. Government, I beg you. I love you by that again. See me. Affirmation.
Let's start working.
Let's start making.
Use this and talk to make it someone.
Oh, I don't be money. I start making. I don't need that. I don't bother with you. I go here. Me and my government daughter. Baby, don't say me about daughter. Go. Don't be man. Don't be me. No. Don't be my collection. Go.
Okay.
Yole. Oh, go. Don't be my look by They go for the happy man. Don't be the salad when I read.
Where your ass? He pass on here. Hey, what?
Those are everywhere. You scatter everything. Now me be Steven. So I can't build us for Melu. Yeah, not be indigenous for Melu, but I can't build us here. So this pit guy now, he say he want make us homeless. So we the beg Senator Monday Okpewo make on help us, make on for our rescue because this boy now heartless. So only one man business. Say he want use and take scatter everybody, the whole community. He say because they don't even where we don't even go, they don't call him. He say like he stop the pit. Say he must use his own power. Say he borrow money. So now make us say okay. Now we'll come call Senator Monday Okpewo. So make him help us stop this pit.
Wetin concern you for this matter? Wetin concern you?
Oga, everything na e concern me oh. Na everything that concern me. As when we use like bucket build. See borrow pit don come carry am. Borrow pit don come carry am. We don dey beg am for close to 4 years. Na make he comot for here. He say he no go. The man say no be say he no know wetin he go fit do oh. He say he know wetin he go fit do. He say for night he go come dey pick us one by one. Abeg. Our governor, Senator Governor Okpewolo, abeg sir, come to our rescue. Umelu community, abeg sir, abeg go.
Which kind wahala be this? Which kind wahala be this? Wetin concern you?
I don't tire. It concern me oh, because why? My husband had land the day here. They don't use sand to cover my husband land.
For you?
Yes, so they there oh. This is tire everybody.
Oh! Wait, you say your husband land?
My husband land they sell for front there. Now they take the house and say not concern them. More go, man, show you.
Your husband land?
Yes, so my husband land there. He just dead there. The people are there with us was house.
You know she say your husband don't collect money, don't sell am?
No, it don't sell am. We don't sleep for night.
Huh?
Yes, so if they work for night, you see everybody hand with a shake. Yes, so we don't tire. Make governor come help us, I beg.
To stop the man?
Make it stop her. The man they heartless. Yes, so it they very heartless because why? He has not there yet. He want this people house or here. It not good.
Hey.
Make it help us. Now beg with the beg. Our governor beg. Make it come help us because this one don't too much. It don't say with the beg this man. Make it stop. He don't want to stop. Where the man can reach, make it for work reach. He don't pass there. He don't want to stop. I beg, make una help us.
Drop your comment. Shut up.
Come on, help us, governor. I beg, help us. Help our community, Omelu. I beg, help us. We dey beg. I beg, go, Pastor Savior. I beg, help
us. See una houses, so. Hey, what? Hey, what?
They're not afraid of anybody.
After God, na government.
Yes, so.
After God, na government.
Yeah, you don't fall and treat today.
Yes, so.
Hey, what? Obo see am o.
Don't fall for free today.
See trailer dey work o.
See excavator.
Oga cameraman come.
See excavator. Yeah. He say nobody will fit stop am. See foundation. See foundation.
People foundation. Caterpillar destroy am.
Caterpillar dey destroy am.
He buy am.
No, he not buy am.
No, he not buy am. Yeah, today they scatter all those ones.
People foundation.
Where your house?
Yeah.
Where you never beat finish
We
o.
never be finished.
Peter, na make we no fit roof am o. See na my house be this na wetin I dey suffer dey build since be this o because of the
No,
Peter.
ma see your house.
See na be this one so. See my house, na be this one so. Na be this one so.
Okay. Na your house be that one.
Be this one o. I no fit roof am because of the pit work wey I dey do o. Na make we dey fear because if you dey work the whole thing dey vibrate ground.
Make I see.
This one na my brother house. What's in it? This one na my brother house.
Now they talk so.
Where we never beat finish.
Okay, wait. Okay. Oga comot for road.
See excavator. Just to work.
Una wan know? Wan know? So they dey dig and dey come. Where they go? Ewo! 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 House. To build house for Nigeria, na problem. To buy land, na problem. To buy building materials, na problem. To roof the house, na problem. His Excellency, Senator Monday Okpewolo, the Executive Governor of Edo State Ministry of Environment, Land and Survey, Mokuna help these people for Umeluk. Yes, a savior for Ikpoba local government. Drop your comment. Share them. Make you like them. Ewo! Ewo! Ewo!
Mona help us stop them. We don't get money to build them. We don't get money to help us break them. Help us. Use your power. Test all those people for us. We don't get money to build another house again. Mona help us. Mona help us. Don't tell what they cry. Don't tell what they cry.
Senator Okpewolo, Senator Monday, assistant.
We don't get power.
Stand up. See your white hair. When you come build us for this area, this thing there, yeah.
Also, I thank you. You don't tell why they expect you. Now, small picking, I tell build this house. I don't stay this community going to 15 years now. So 2 years now they tell they go everywhere they go. I beg, I pray, may governor see our cry. May see I'm not the one they go to away. May they call help us, call deliver us for this thing. We not leave any property again apart from this one for our children. If they destroy them now, we not get what.
Bosu. Waiting they happen.
Okay. So you see this place now. Back of this place now be those people's house. back of this place so now be those people house. So that's why I say if they walk here, the house gonna shake, gonna shake. So government, make government come. However, government don't come now, don't carry Minister of Environment. So this place where they so now be that house where they front where those people for the shout. The digger. Wow. Drop your comment. Share them. I did for Umelu community for Ikpoba local government area of Edo State. Those people where they shout, governor, come and help us. Now, front of their house, now be this. You understand? And they say, if you see something, say something. Those people where they shout, hey, governor, come and help me, oh, Minister of Environment, now their house there, if I climb here now, I go see their house. So as they dig the place they go, they shake their house, they shake their foundation. Government won't come look them, assess them. Don't say this our journalists work and I see they happen. Oh yeah, na foundation. People ask. Of environment, they don't swing it to action. You know, say Barrister Lucia Adams and the PS and all of them, they know they use a joke. So they can't look at themselves. Because the people who get house for this area, they say their house gonna shake in the night. Okay, they come. Come. You say when these people they work last night, and stop them.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Now we take there here. Now we go eat morning food. We just come here 6. We just say the operation. If the operator they did here, now we go meet them. We tell them say, we don't need them. I beg. This one say now if they don't carry us go where now DSS where they use until they threaten us, may carry us go. May just carry us go there. We will there. No, they don't bail us for obsession. Now lawyer will come bail us. Now what we tell them? He's gonna say okay, no wahala. Now we there. Now we don't stop here. Now that pit now. Now they walk. On that pit.
Until we come. This time the audio where you don't know before this get to the happen. One and not shout come out for here.
You know me when shouting in my shatter. Borrow pit or river.
Speak picture so that we go here.
Borrow pit where they close to my house. Na ancestors. Now stop there.
Ancestors.
Any cow or stop here. Babalala all now.
For people who know the year.
All of us we got the this community. We have been passing this church for almost 2 to 3 years. They go stop. I must stop. Tomorrow night we be they go see our Baba Okpevu. Okpevu la wo. Egbawo kaya wa a bike. I built my house with bike. Oshomole coastal bike. Ugly coco. So now I be native daughter. So now any car just alobwa. Oh by why look give we marry. La baba.
No, as they dig this thing they go, they are fed to the house.
What's that?
Hey.
Maybe at 2 o'clock here so we nane.
2 o'clock they start work.
Here one win degbe. Here one win degbe la wa baba la wo. Ewa look at it we marry Umelu. We want this to stop. On an mark. Abakamake, ewa kemina kamake enogi. Enogi melu.
You don't feel Makam.
Imakam. Yeah, but
wait,
2 times.
If I climb here now, where I go see? House.
It's not this 50 by 100 to this place.
From here?
From that palm tree. Yeah, labor. Look at me near my lag bow, my. Now you go, look at where go pretty well here. I really was stop.
They say 15 hours, they don't enter. They say don't do 1 or 2. Where go
say stop.
Would they quarrel?
Okpa baba la wo. Wa brimare oba talk
they don't send Minister of Environment come now.
Okay.
Stop.
Minister of Environment, go sit there for come sir. Go see Minister of Environment.
Oh, no. This one not be the one that they mention.
See Ministry of Environment.
Make them stop.
Make them stop totally.
Bosu. Waiting they happen. Waiting they happen.
ITV, certainly the best.
Thank you and good afternoon. Welcome to our show, Healthy Living on Independent Television. I'm Adesu Wausawage, and today happens to be World Dietitian Day. So we're going to be looking at World Dietitian Day, your dietitian and you. And a couple of things that we're going to be sharing today as far as this topic is concerned. So sit back and enjoy, because a dietitian is the last person I really want to see, I tell you for free. But how important is a dietitian to you is what we're going to be looking at again today. So join me as I make welcome Mr. Oladipo Gbenga. He is a chief dietitian from the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. It's a pleasure to have you join us.
Thank you, Ma'am. Happy to be here today.
Thank you. And seated beside him is Anyo Kosho. I hope I got that right.
Yes.
All right. Anyo Kosho Lydia. She is a dietitian, a lecturer from Edo State School of Nursing.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you join us today.
Thank you.
Okay, so what Dietitian Day, what are we looking at? Mr. Gbenga, what are we celebrating today?
Actually, you know, today is one of the best days we normally remember as what dietitians have done, their dedication to improve the health of the people and the general well-being of the people. And then we look at, you know, what they have done in the past. Like this profession actually started 1917.
1917. Wow.
Yes, what actually happened, if you look at the origin of this profession, it's just like, you know, when they started saying your food should be your medicine. That's actually the root, the capture root of
your food should be your medicine.
Make that food a medicine. That's actually what started something. That's the root. That was in about 8th century BC. They started that. Then imagine the thing actually moved forward, and then before they really established Dietetics Association, World Dietetics Association, that was 1917. But the first person that have been employed as a dietitian in a teaching hospital, that's in Canada. That's, they call it Sarah Taylor. That was in 1908. Imagine people do not really understand what that thing stands for.
Exactly.
Just now. But, you know, in Nigeria, you know, this developing country, people are thinking, okay, dietitian. You know, it's the last, like you said, that people want to see in the hospital. That's what they do. What are they doing? What's the problem about them? It's not the food that I used to, you know, brought up my children, that someone wants to tell me how to eat it. But beyond that. But now, this our day is to let people know, to make awareness, number one, and then to improve the, you know, the eating habit of the society. Not even society, the world at large.
Okay. So Lydia, I hope you don't mind me calling you Lydia, though.
No problem.
Okay, so who is a dietitian, for goodness sake?
A dietitian is a well-trained health professional, and a dietitian is a licensed health professional personnel that is trained to manage, to prevent disease, nutritional related disease like hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol. We use food to manage all these nutritional related disease.
Without using drugs?
Without using drugs, using food in a ways that they cannot even imagine. So it's food that we use in preventing all these diseases and to even manage them. And is a dietitian is the person that can really tell you the kind of food that you will eat, that the portion that you will eat, that will make you to live a healthy life.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so Gbenga, a dietitian, a nutritionist, are we talking about one and the same person? Because sometimes people get us confused.
Yeah, you know, like when you gain admission to university, and then you have been admitted as a student of nutrition and dietetics in the university. So when you finish that course, you come out from the university, you are now a certified nutritionist.
Okay.
So when you come out of that university as a nutritionist, but before you become a dietitian, you have to go through internship, and then you write professional exam that will qualify you to be a dietitian. Okay. So dietitian, you know, a nutritionist can become a dietitian after being certified, after being approved, after being registered, after going through the process of internship, and at the same time written professional exam. Then that person is a dietitian.
Wow.
But when you come out from university, you are a nutritionist. But what nutritionist will do, you know, dietitian can do it, but what dietitian will do, nutrition cannot do it.
So the dietitian is steps ahead of the nutritionist.
Yes, the dietitian is licensed to manage any nutritional related disease, but a nutritionist is not licensed.
It's not licensed. Yes. All right, let's take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll continue. Just stay tuned. Thank you so much for staying with us. The program is Healthy Living, and we are talking about the dietitian. Today is World Dietitian Day, and we want to look at the dietitian and you. Why do you need a dietitian? So, Mr. Gbenga, I want to bring that question to you now. Why do you think somebody like me or every other person out there needs a dietitian?
It's okay. Actually, you know, one of the things that people don't really want to do is they don't really want to imagine that, you know, there should be a particular.
You come and planning my food for me.
There should be a particular food that are good for me, a particular quantity of food that are good for me. They don't want to know. People want to eat to satisfy. So I eat this food, I'm fine, I'm full. That's what people think. So then, if I think that way, you won't mind the quality of food you eat. You just be mindful of quantity. So the reason why it's good to have a dietitian, or to really have a kind of something to do with dietitian, is to know that what amount of food are good for me, then the quantity of that food, the quality of that food. That's what dietitian, that's what we do. We want to tell you about the quantity, we want to tell you about the quality. So quality, how many portions will I eat in the morning, how many portions will I eat in the afternoon, how many portions will I eat in the evening. And the quality there is, am I getting what my body requires? Am I getting what I ought to eat? That's the quality there. So even though we go to supermarkets now, you say you want to buy something being sealed, being processed, being actually packaged, you will see the information right there. That, okay, this particular food contains also amount of protein, also amount of carbohydrate, also amount of sodium, also amount of potassium. They write it there.
So that's
right
the quality.
That's the quality of that packaged food.
Is that done by a dietitian too?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. That's the quality. But if you look at the package now, some package can be small, some can be so big. That's the quantity. That in this particular food, we have also amount of nutrients there.
Yes.
So this is the amount. So you should know that the whole thing, big one, is it good for me as a person, or I should look for small one? That's why some people buy small drinks, some people buy big one. So because you know that this will good for you, but you don't know if until you come to a dietitian and they consider what you do, they consider your health status, they consider, you know, probably you have, you know, additional work after your office work, or probably, you know, there's something you want to, like, oh, I'm kind of, you know, tiny before, I want to add a little more weight, or I'm so big, I want to come down small. So that's why
like me, I want to come down like you.
Exactly.
So I will not need you to do all of that for me.
Yes, of course, yes, of course. Because
I can't do. It's not something I can do by myself.
You can't do yourself, because you don't know how to manipulate or how to quantify your food, and how to, you know, actually detect the quality that you have.
All right, Lydia, let's take it home now. Let's bring it into our homes now. I'm making food for a family of 5, a family of 6 or 10, regardless of the number. And I decide to cook what I like, what I think the family will like. Give them the quantity that I think they will like. All right?
Okay.
At what point should I need you as a dietitian to come and tell me what to cook in my house, how to feed the children, the age range of those that I want to feed? If I have elderly person I want to feed, if I have little children I want to feed, then if I have like normal adults like you and I Why should I need you to come and like tell me how to feed somebody? I want to feed somebody like this my friend here now, and I say okay, because he's tall, because he's lanky, he needs more food, and I give him like 10 wraps of fufu, plenty soup, plenty meats. I'm talking about Albert now. Albert is, you can see Albert is lanky, is tall, is dark hair. Yes. As okay, Albert is lanky, 10 fufu will fit him. Oh, this is a little child like Lucky. Okay, Lucky, take maybe 1 wrap of fufu. I don't want your stomach to be bigger than what it is right now. Just take 1 wrap of fufu, little soup, and all of that. Why should I need you to come and tell me all of that, what to do in my house?
Yes, the reason why you need a dietitian to plan your meals for family is because you need to consider some of the nutrients that are in the food that you are eating. Like you said, there are some factors that will guide the way you prepare food at home. For a family of 5 or 6, you'll know that you have children, and with time, when you are living with them, you're supposed to have known their likes and dislikes. Sometimes I even advise that you ask your children what are their favorites, what are the things they like. You don't just prepare food because sometimes they will not eat. So in the course of asking, you should be able to tell them the importance of the nutrients that is supposed to be in the food. When you are preparing a meal, either breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you're supposed to have an adequate diet. What do I mean by adequate diet? It's a diet that contains all the essential nutrients that the body needs. The body needs carbohydrates for energy. The body needs protein. So when you are preparing a food, you should know that even though, let's assume you want to cook rice now. So when you are cooking rice, you already know that this rice will serve as carbohydrate. Then you add protein to it, which you might add chicken, meat, or egg. Then you add your vegetable to it. In fact, you don't have to go expensive when you are preparing food. You can slice carrot inside the white rice. The vegetable is already there, which will give you your vitamins and minerals. And you can also cook a vegetable soup to eat along with that food. Definitely you are okay, you are good to go, and you make sure that your children are eating food, including yourself and the father of the house. Make sure that everyone is eating food. At least you are expected to eat food 2 times in a day, and you ensure that
not 3.
You can as well eat 3, but you just put a distance in between. Like you are expected to eat like fruit 30 minutes before you eat, or maybe like 2 or 3 hours after the main food. Just put a space in, and you can eat varieties. And when you are eating your food, it should not be much. For example, if you want to take cherry, 1 or 2 is okay. You don't have to carry 6 or 7 cherry and eat.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what we are talking about. That portion control is very, very essential, and that's the reason why you need a dietitian. You know, you are just getting to know now that it's not good to eat plenty of cherry, even though cherry is good, but too much of everything is not good. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that when you are preparing food for a family, you must consider the essential nutrients that the body needs, because each nutrient has their own function to the body. Like I always say that we know that carbohydrates must be in food because that's what gives you an energy. So even though you are trying to lose the weight, that doesn't mean that you should not eat your carbohydrates.
But carbohydrates will make you add weight. That's why a lot of us are running away from carbohydrates.
Exactly. That's why you need a dietitian, because the dietitian will tell you that you need carbohydrate, but portion control. Is dietitian that will now calculate the amount of carbohydrate that you need for your body, and we had vegetable. You know, when you are eating rice and you put cabbage and carrot, that cabbage and carrot can be half of the plate, then rice will be quarter of the plate, then your protein quarter of the plate. By the time you eat it like that, definitely you will be full. Or if you want to eat your swallow, you let your soup, like vegetable soup or okra soup, should be ×2 of your swallow. So by the time you eat it like that, definitely you will be full. So that doesn't mean that because you want to lose weight, you will not be depriving yourself of the food that will give you an energy.
Okay, Benga, what she just described now, will you call that balanced diet?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. You know, but in clinical setting, it's more than that. And again, to add to what she just said, the reason why you still need a dietitian in your home, you know, you need a dietitian so that you prevent some non-communicable diseases like obesity, like eating much, hypertension, eating more, having type 2 diabetes. That's why you need a dietitian, because you know, if someone is sedentary and you eat much and much and much and much, you know, before you know it, that person can develop non-communicable diseases. So you need a dietitian to guide. So the amount, how to eat it in relation to the person activity level and then the health status.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Gbenga, tell us, in your experience as a dietitian, what are some common health problems that proper nutrition can actually prevent or manage? Because you just talked about
yes.
You just talked about it now. So what are those common ailments? What are those common illnesses?
Type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
Type 2 diabetes, and eating hunger. You know what I mean by eating hunger is micronutrient deficiency. Like
hidden hunger.
Yes, like iron.
How do we describe that one again? How do we know that one again?
What I mean by
hunger.
you cannot see it. It's eating. It's just like until that person go through laboratory test before you do blood test. Okay, this blood does not contain some things that you have to contain.
Okay, I'm particularly interested in this last one, and that eating rice can actually prevent or manage diabetes. Please talk to us.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Now, for example, now if you are eating exact food that you ought to eat, for example, now she says something about the portion control on carbohydrate as energy. You know, carbohydrate is what gives us glucose, and then everybody need, like the more you work, the more glucose you need. So if you are sedentary and you are taking more energy, then it's not like as glycogen in the liver. So that one can actually, you know, form. And then anytime you are not eating, body can actually process that glycogen to ketoacidosis. So body use it as body's distance, whereby the body break down what you store glycogen is a long distance. So it's a very long time. Then what we tell people, when you eat, your body makes use of that food. The hour you eat, the time you eat, the hour that the body will metabolize that food. And that is actually the time we said feeding interval. Then another thing is feeding frequency. That frequency simply means that how many times the person will eat per day. So now, if you know how many times you are eating, you know the work you do, then of course, you know the amount of energy you need. You don't have problem. But when the output is lower than input, it becomes problem.
Wow.
So that's just the problem. That's just the thing there. So you must know what you eat. You must know how much energy you are using. So if you have a dietitian, I can tell you that, okay, this amount of work you do, this amount of energy that you need. They give you exactly energy that you need. And they will know what some people do. They will go and sleep in the night. They don't eat. And the basal metabolic rate in the night. Your body need energy in the night while you are sleeping. So if you don't give your body energy while you're sleeping, that's why some people sleep, they don't wake up the following day.
Okay, with all of this that you're telling us now, we have plenty of online dietitian, online nutritionists and all of that who will tell you, because our best friend nowadays is our phone. And that's where most people get advice from. Just, you need something, you run to your phone. Somebody will tell you online that, oh, you don't have to eat dinner. You just said now that it is important you eat dinner. But they tell you don't eat dinner. And some say, okay, just eat an egg a day and you're good. Others will say, okay, a little portion of cabbage is all right. So with this online thing, what should we follow?
Can I quickly tell you something now?
Okay.
If you have a growing child, a female,
yes,
to say,
we have just 2 minutes to
a
minute to do this now.
If a female girl, and then that girl is growing, Do you know what? Maybe probably yesterday you saw that girl yesterday. Maybe she has not entered poverty that yesterday. But you can just see that girl today now, and you see the breast, those just shoot out already. You say these were not there yesterday. You'll be surprised. That thing happened overnight. And without nutrition, proper nutrition, it will not happen. Proliferation happen while we are sleeping. We call it cell division. It happened in the evening. All these, another cells die, and a new one replaced, happen in the evening. Obviously, they need energy to do that. They need
all right, so in 30 seconds, Lydia, should we believe all those online dietitians that we meet?
What I would say is that if the person is not a registered dietitian, is not an health professional, we suppose not to believe any, because we have a lot of junks going around online and a lot of consequences that happens after it. They will not come back and tell us that this is the consequence that is after it. So the truth is that we should not believe everything that we are seeing online, and that's the reason why we have dietitians everywhere. We should try, even if we see any information, we can as well ask a registered dietitian and say, I heard this, what do you think about it? What's the right thing about it? And definitely we'll definitely give you the right.
All right, so our fantastic dietitians on set today, we want to say thank you for finding time to be with us. Benga, Lydia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
At least now I'll find time to come and see you dietitians, all right?
Yes.
Thanks,
so people, dietitians and you, hope you had a nice time. So don't believe everything you see online as far as nutrition and diet is concerned, all right? See a licensed dietitian so that you get yourself okay. We'll see you again next week with another topic. Bye-bye, and thank you for watching.
ITV, certainly the best.
Some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Emobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Oba Tope!
The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello and thank you for joining us on today's edition of WIC Women in Conversation. Like I always say, this is a place where women come to sit and discuss everything pertaining women. But sometimes we bring in the men. But most times we bring in the children because the children are our backbone. They are there with us at all times. The men could leave, but the children will never leave us. Anyways, I am not doing this alone. I'm Patricia Uremo Gabriel, and I'm not going to be doing this alone. I have on my right Mercy. You have seen Mercy's face here before. Mercy and Wedu Igwe. She is the CEO of Heaven. In fact, she had to correct me. I thought it was Heaven. She said no, Heaven. Heaven for Hopeless Foundation. And like I said the previous time she was here, I said she's also a police officer who is going to get you arrested when you try to talk to this woman sitting here.
Thank you.
Mercy, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And then I also have on my left Gift Okedo. Gift Okedo is she is a renowned banker and a Gen Z. Thank you for joining us. And then we have Mercy. In fact, we have loaded with Mercy on this table today, and we're going to be going home with plenty Mercy. We have Mercy Emmanuel. She is a certified nurse, and the question is going to start with Mercy Emmanuel. We specially asked and begged and pulled her to come here today to talk to us on a special topic that actually disturbs women. This topic doesn't have to do with age. It just comes, and we don't know why. But she has ideas more than us. Let us ask her. Mercy.
Ma'am.
We're going to be talking on menopause.
Okay.
What is menopause?
Well, to a layman, menopause is a permanent end of menstrual cycle.
Permanent end of menstrual
Yes.
cycle.
But truth be told, it's a no. Because medically, most times, a lot of things or a lot of factors could lead you into menopause. And when you treat it, you begin to see your menses again.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I wouldn't say it's a permanent end of menstrual cycle. Menopause is a thing that just happens to a woman or to women at a particular time due to either a lifestyle.
No. The fact that you said a particular time, because it brings me back to the fact that, you know, when we were growing, we were told that menopause was supposed to start from age 45, you know, to 50. But presently, as we speak, it's not like that again. We've had women who had, you know, started menopause as early as maybe.
No, but you heard us say that it's not a permanent end to menstrual cycle.
No, it's
you
not.
could stop seeing your period because of some certain illness.
And funny enough, you could even have those symptoms of menopause.
Symptoms.
Sure.
And it's not your time yet to be.
Sure.
Really?
Yes.
So what's the cause? What
A
would you
lot
say
of
is
things,
the
as I
cause?
said before, I said lifestyle and health could also lead to that. Do you understand? Some women have this thing, especially if your BMI, that's your body mass
index,
intensity or intense. Sorry, if your body mass is so much where you've gotten to obesity, the tendency for you to get into menopause is 95 or 80. Let me say 85%.
Wow.
Yes.
Even when you still have your
Obesity.
eggs.
Exactly. Yes.
And then there's some medications that could pull this out.
Sure.
Yeah. And so when you take those medications,
and that is why when you go to a doctor, the first thing when the doctor checks you, he'll tell you lose weight.
Yeah.
Because some sicknesses or some ailments in women is caused by their weight and lifestyle.
when you say lifestyle, what is the lifestyle?
You know, let me even ask you a question. So before you answer that,
it's always very difficult for people for women to lose weight. Me, for one, I can go to the gym for a whole year and I lose 2 kg.
Yes.
It's so difficult.
There must be an ailment that you've not been able to identify.
Anyway, let me not forget, what is the lifestyle? A lot of women out there will want to know this lifestyle you're talking about. What exactly is the lifestyle?
Do you know that depression could lead you to menopause? Staying away from sex could lead you to early menopause.
Say it loud. Where's the camera, please? Camera? Okay.
Depression could lead a woman into menopause. Staying away from sex early could lead you into menopause.
Women hear that part.
That's the truth.
Staying away from sex.
Exactly.
Oh, it's
wow.
Oh, it hit you.
You know there are some people in that class. They don't attend class every day. So they used to attend class often. So when you say staying away,
every woman should have sex at least 3 times in a week.
Can you punch the camera to her,
that
please?
class.
Zoom the camera to her.
3 times
in a week.
You call it class?
No, that's the class now. You have to go there, enter the inner room 3 times in a week.
You know when you say 3 times in a week, some hardly they find it difficult to attend one.
When you have
once
good
in
sex,
a week.
a lot of
Can we hear from her? Please fire on.
When you have good sex, truth be told, you cure a lot of ailments without medication.
God, that big.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the truth. And it's a truth that we women, especially most of us that have had children, in the sense, I'm tired. I've had, since morning, I've been so busy. I've had a lot to do. So please let me rest.
Okay.
But you don't know that exercise could even calm your nerves.
No, I know
Big
that.
time.
I know that is true.
You excuse me. Let the professional go on. Excuse me.
Now, if you're a woman that indulges in alcohol so much, you smoke, you don't exercise all the time. So in short, there are lots of factors. If we begin to go into menopause, is so vast that, trust me, it's not just a one-day discussion that can give a full light to it. So anyone you are able to grasp, just hold it and keep it well.
Okay. Let me go there. What are the symptoms of menopause?
A lot.
Because a lot of women will want to know what the symptoms are.
You just begin to develop, sometimes it depends on body, the system. You have joint pains. You just begin to notice every time I'm weak, fatigue. You know, in short, there are lots. Some women at the early stage of menopause just notice you're not the type that even when you're pregnant, you vomit, but you just begin to feel this nausea thing. From time to time, you sweat a lot. There are many symptoms, a lot of symptoms. You find it difficult to sleep. Insomnia. So, I mean, how many will I mention? How many have I mentioned now?
No, we can't count, but just please go ahead.
Funny enough, menopause also, one of the symptoms is depression. Yeah. It just happens. You can't explain that feeling, but it just comes. You're hardly happy.
Okay, I have had women say they do not have the urge to go to the other room because doctor says it's because they are, menopause. How true is this?
They don't have the urge.
Yes.
Because sometimes they feel dried. You get?
Yes.
You will leave this topic for the professional.
No, I am just, I'm just explaining further.
Let me punch the thing to her.
I am still explaining further.
No, it's not that you feel dry. I told you that menopause brings about depression. So it's not that they don't want to. That feeling is there. It just happens. And they just see that. You know, most times you could even be depressed and you don't know you're depressed.
It's true, true, yeah.
What's wrong with you? I can't really tell, but you're depressed. And that alone, being that is working with your brain, the whole body tends to function that way. So everything just normalizes. Your estrogen comes down, the progesterone runs down. So anything that gives you that builds that dopamine, it's not there anymore. So you just say, I'm dried, because the excitement is not there. You're just not happy, because the hormones are kind of reduced. That's the truth. So that's why I said menopause is a topic that is vast than what you read on internet, on what you hear people say. It's cumbersome.
Okay, so how long does this menopause come? You know, we're not talking about age now, because you have said it doesn't have to do with age.
It has nothing to do with age.
Yes, you said that even backstage. Okay, now how long can a woman experience menopause? How long does it last?
Menopause, the natural, let me use that word, the natural menopause steps in. It's for life.
You'll be experiencing all this.
Experiencing it. The reason is because that blood that we see as menses is really, it's like a detoxifier. A woman detoxifies every month. And she doesn't know when she sees her menses. So now you're not releasing that blood. It's just there.
Is it the reason why? Because I have seen a lot of women, when it's as if they are getting towards, starting their menopause and all of that, some of them will fall sick.
Yes,
some of them begin to complain, so give a lot of health challenges and all of that.
Yes. Wow. Because God knows what he did there. When you had this, your estrogen, maybe about 60% when you were still younger and bubbling, your hormones were very okay, and your progesterone very high, 80%. The hormones were just very okay, and suddenly everything falls. What do you expect?
Okay, this is very scary now.
No, it is.
It is very scary.
I don't want to get into menopause. Sometimes when I think of the age, because normally you calculate your time of menopause by from the time you started seeing your menses, plus 35 years.
Okay, it is very scary. Is there any medication that could ease these pains?
Not just even medication, like, is there going to be a lifestyle kind of
Yes,
that could help us? Yes.
A lot. Indulge in a lot of things. Exercise, hangouts, do things that will make you happy. Trust me. Sitting down, most women, women these days, I like the fact that women are speaking out and women are doing things differently compared to before. Our mothers before used to just like sit at home moms doing nothing, and that really cost a lot. That's why you will see then that the men are walking straight and the women, by what age you see them, they are bending with sticks and all that, because of, let me sit at home and take care of the house. And their husbands tell them, I don't want you to mingle. When you mingle with friends or you have so much friends, you're going to be corrupted, you will be a gossip and all that. But these days, women have hangouts. Women have a lot of things that make them happy. They go along with friends, and friends that are impactful. Join societies that could help you. You should make yourself happy. First thing first, in that mood or at that stage of your life, love yourself.
Watching women in conversation is one of those things that will help you enjoy yourself. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please sit. Okay, welcome back. We're still here on WIC, Women in Conversation. She just talked about, she was going to tell us about how this pain could be eased. She was talking about doing the things that you liked so much. And then I just said, watching WIC will be one of those things. But behind the camera, one of us actually said, this program, when it's going to be aired, she's going to turn off the gen in her house, turn off the lights in her house, make sure,
unplug the prepaid,
unplug everything, and make sure that her Odogu does not watch it. And I was wondering why. And she said, well, the aspect of the 3 times in a week, I don't think she's in that category. So she's going to unplug everything. But unfortunately for her, I'm going to be telling her husband when she is going to be watching. Anyway, let's go back to you. What are those things we can do that can help us ease this pain?
I decided, I took something up to myself. I told myself, I'm going to be speaking with women and telling women, the first thing you can do for yourself is love yourself. If you can learn to love yourself first before any other person. Funny enough, the Bible says something. Love your neighbor as yourself. That means you should have loved your neighbor. I mean yourself
first so well.
before
Loving your neighbor.
So most times, you know, we women have this thing of my family, my children, my husband, and we're killing ourselves. We don't show concern about our body, our physical body. You'll see a woman is going through pain and her child or probably her husband is going through pain, and then you just say, abandon, forget herself. Sister, sit down, take care of yourself before you take care of them.
Okay, it's Christmas period. What can you advise women to do this period to relax? Because like you said, every woman right now is thinking of what food to cook.
Exactly.
Christmas
This is the
clothes.
issue.
Even when the money is not there, you're calculating and planning, you know, up there. What is your advice for women for us to relax this Christmas? What can we do?
Okay, it's not about eating rice. We've been eating rice. Who rice help? Diabetes. Who rice help? Obesity. Who rice help? Cholesterol. Who rice help? Oh my God.
You're scaring me. Tell us what we can do. Tell us what we can do to enjoy this Christmas.
Like we like the rice.
That's the only thing available.
It's the only thing available.
And you're just counting
the only thing available.
No, it's the only thing that is, you know,
cheap
money.
and
affordable.
And it has even gone down this period.
Yes.
Just tell us how we can. Don't count it.
Why don't we like the truth? Especially when it's got to do with health. And that thing really hurts me because we women take rice. Okay. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Do things differently. I mean, it's not just many women, when they are less busy, they just go to social media, sitting down and just watching other people make them laugh. Yes, as much as it is good. What are you learning? Develop yourself. Stroll out, go out, see different things. Those things you've never done. No, you know, there was a time in my life I never walked up to a supermarket to buy ice cream, but I just did it, and that day I felt so fulfilled. So please, something you've never thought of doing, don't do something stupid that you can't give account of, but just do something differently. I mean, something that when you do it inside your heart, you will feel that peace. So first thing first, love yourself this Christmas.
Love yourself this Christmas. Look good. Go get yourself ice cream. That's what she said. Get yourself ice cream. And she's right. Some women would rather buy for their children and never buy for themselves. So buy yourself ice cream if you want to take yourself out. Thank you so much for making this a little bit easy for us. But let's leave it at this. Another time we'll continue because I'm actually very scary. It is very scary. Let's go to women in politics. This is when you both come in fully. Women in politics. We're not going to be going into the deep political thing and all that. But let's just look around. Let's use Rita Daniels as example. Rita Daniels, of course, we all know who Rita Daniels is, but just in case...
Regina or Rita?
Rita.
Okay.
So just in case you don't know,
mom, yeah.
Rita Daniels is Regina's mother. Okay, so she just lost her presidency to Abubakar Yakubu for AGN. She ran for presidency and then lost to Abubakar Yakubu. And this is the first time a Northerner is going to be a president for AGN. Now, my question is, we know the issues that have been going on between her son-in-law, I don't know what.
That's what he is.
That's what he is. Her son-in-law, between her son-in-law and her daughter. And then we've also heard the story that her son-in-law was actually the one sponsoring and giving the AGN money, so that their names could be known. Do you think the ex-son-in-law, thank you, but has she confirmed that she's not going to get married to him anymore?
You can't be so
We
sure.
can't be so sure. So it's her decision. So let's go ahead. Is her, son-in-law, we've not heard that there's official divorce here. Okay, so do you think there's an undertone play here?
This is Nigeria, my country. Speaking from, the fact that we know that either you like it or not, there are some things that we can't shy away from. Having to understand the fact that the place of Ned having to be a major sponsor to that party, you can't deny the fact that there's a fight underground. So, and he also has a major play in that party, and you now want to tell me that there's an opportunity for him to, you know, so to say, show that yes, I am in charge. He would want to prove that. He would want to prove that.
Apart from Ned being in Nigeria,
the patriarchy system.
In Nigeria, the thing is, it favors the men.
Exactly.
It favors the men in power. When it comes to being in power, it favors the men. Do you understand? So, yes, she has this underlining to with her son-in-law, but there's always a very slim chance of a woman actually winning when it comes to politics in this country.
How are we going to change this orientation?
The problem is it will be very difficult. Reason, belief system. Why do I use that word, belief system? Religion. Both the Christian religion and the Muslim religion brings down a woman, whether we like it or not. That's one. Then the fact that I'm coming to that. The fact that we're in Africa, women's voice are hidden. It is even now that the women are speaking out. You see the women come out and all that. On a norm, who are you? You're a woman. Just places in the kitchen.
But we had the former president say that, you know,
exactly.
that the wife's place is in the kitchen.
Then plus tradition, and let's be honest, African men have this thing in their head that a woman should just be down while the man should be up. Even when they say this woman has more potentials than them. I have this issue with some people. I don't want to talk. I'm on.
Go ahead.
You know, this thing about women should just be kept in the hidden for men to speak is really beginning to piss me off. Because you know it is so obvious that a woman has every potential, 90%, to be able to help us achieve a particular project or a goal. And all you want, all in the name of religion, all in the name of custom, tradition, because we are Africans. You now say, no, go and sit down.
You're a woman.
You're a woman. You have no voice. Your voice shouldn't be heard. And why I would not agree with Mercy Igwe about the Ned thing,
using power.
It may not be about it, but it also could be the fact that, no, let's see it from another scenario. The fact that she's been accused that she sold off her daughter.
Okay.
You know, the past AGN president mentioned it. Yes.
So that alone has the tendency
of bringing her down.
Yeah, they could use that to play on her.
Now, so are you saying that if there was no clashes between the daughter and the husband, do you think she would have
having a backbone? What are you saying?
She would
have won. She would emerge as that. Yes, that's the truth.
High chance.
She will. She has a high chance because the sponsor of that party
is
her son,
son-in-law.
Okay, son-in-law.
Yeah. So I was asking, I mean, as women, what do we do differently to try to change this orientation?
Let's just do that.
Because we have very smart women. So why can't they give us chance?
I said African men have it in their head.
No, but all that has to stop.
How do you stop it?
That's what I'm asking.
How long will you fight?
No, we don't have to fight to stop
No,
it.
you have to fight.
Fight who?
Fighting is
you
not
fighting? Who are you
about
fighting?
killing anybody. We're fighting, we're speaking. You're defending something.
You know, because we're going to bring in Senator Natasha Uduaghan into this now. You all saw what she went through.
And still going through.
And still going through.
Exactly.
So for how long? And in the Senate, I think we have just 3 women or thereabout. How long will this be? What can we do to change this?
How long is forever?
No,
it
it has to
agree
change.
to that.
That's
We
the
won't agree
truth.
to that.
No, see, I'm this type that is blunt. When we see the truth, we're in Africa. There's hardly anything you can do about it.
No, but I don't want
At some point, it has to change.
And you think it can change?
Yes, it should.
Okay.
Because we are beginning gradually, it's already showing the changes we are beginning to see.
Yeah, the changes,
now.
but not when it comes to politics.
But it's growing, unlike before. We never had females in the Senate.
Yes, yes, whether we like it or not, if you check the ratio, it will always be high. Even if the women have the highest potentials, it will never, while we're in Africa.
But we are gradually taking,
it's
for
not
the
about
fact that we are
gradual.
taking
Let's be
steps.
honest.
The thing is,
it will always
before
be
now-
a 90, even a 90-10. It's even, I'm talking of 95-5.
No, before now,
No,
before
but that's the
now-
honest truth, though.
No, I think before now,
Because
women, we
even
don't
women, you are fighting. You, in your community, how many women will want to fight with you?
True.
Oh,
True.
Because when Natasha had problem in the Senate, none of the
the same women will tell you, Madam, go and take care of your home,
Because
take
we
care
have
of your
been
husband.
made to believe
That
and
is
understand
exactly
that
why I
it's
said
our-
belief system.
So where we should pick it from?
No,
I think
where we
it's from
should
our
say
younger girls.
changing their
Start
orientation.
building leadership mindset. Yeah,
Exactly.
helping them to understand that they can be who, they have the capacity to be able to deliver the needed change that we need in a time like this.
And also, we also build it in a man that's
And let them know
you
that
are
yes,
always
allow a
ahead.
woman to fly.
So
No,
whether you like it or not.
no, we allow them.
No, you
No,
don't
we allow them
your
to-
boy that he's always the head. No.
You let them know.
We are all-
They
all
know
of
it
them
is a
are the
natural thing they are born with.
See, this thing you're talking
Even when
about.
a boy seniors a girl, he wants you to
Yeah,
respect
I
him.
think they give.
It's
that
a
ego
natural
comes
thing.
from birth.
Have you not noticed when you have a boy,
When a boy seniors
child,
a girl,
you do
or
him
when
like
a
this,
girl-
even
When a girl
at
seniors
a
a boy.
little,
Seniors
at
a
that
boy.
little, at that tender age, try it. A newborn, a baby boy, do him like this. A girl will bear it, she won't cry, but a boy will cry.
Why?
That thing is there. It's inborn. I'm a man.
You mean it?
That's why he's crying.
That's why he's crying.
He's just trying to tell you, I don't like that thing. How would you do me like this?
I don't understand.
I do not
understand you. And that's why I said leave menopause for now because
I've digressed again.
Yes.
I think the thing is, we as women should know that we can do this. I think growing up, or our mothers have put it in us that, listen,
yeah.
this is your place.
The men's word.
This is the man's world. Your place is here. Don't aspire to go
be
beyond that place.
Yeah, we talked about in one of our episodes, we talked about a male child and a female child, and this is playing to that again.
Yeah,
A male child is specially given attention, especially
It's
in the
enough.
Igbo land.
You.
So because they tell us as a woman, you have to endure.
Not
You have
only
to
in the
keep
Igbo land,
quiet.
even in the
it's everywhere in
northern-
Africa.
in the north.
So you have to keep. So I think the thing is, now we have to start telling our younger
awareness,
generation, it's
educate.
awareness that
Okay.
we can do.
Educate.
Yes.
This is going to have a part 2 because we have not come to the end of it. There's
Yeah,
going to
we
be
need
a
to-
part
we
2
need to educate.
to this. So we're going to come back to the studio again to continue this so that we can educate all the girls out there. We need to be there for ourselves. We need to speak for ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
But before we go, 1 minute before we go, they've just told us that our time is up. Before we go, there's a personal income tax, PIT, that will be taken off on the 1st of January. How serious is this tax? I do not even understand the tax. I don't know what the tax is all about. But is it actually going to be taking place from January 1st? How serious is it?
The federal government has been, the jingles have been going around and everything
around it,
that from 1st of January 2026, there's going to be this tax, and it's, according to the news, that it's going to be very serious. There is no way we'll be able to maneuver through it or something. So everybody's going to be paying these taxes. So we should get ready. Let's get ready.
Are you scared again?
Are you scared?
Because it's like every topic that we've talked about.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared because there's going to be tax for fuel. There's
Yeah,
going to be
tax
tax
for-
for this, there's going to be tax for that.
There will be tax.
Are you
Imagine.
sure there won't be tax for you sitting down there?
Well, until then. Anyway, we've come to the end of today's episode on WIC. I'm very sure we had a fantastic time out with the nurse in the house, letting us understand what menopause is. And some of us are very scared, very, very scared. But let me let you know that we're going to bring her back to the house for her to continue the conversation on menopause, because I didn't let her land. She's going to land in the second episode. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming, and thank you for coming.
you.
And let me let you also know that by next week we'll be having a special edition for Christmas, and we're going to be having a guy in the house with us. Until then, see you next time. I'm Patricia Games.
Paternity fraud is the intentional misrepresentation of a child's biological father. This deception can have profound emotional, financial, and legal consequences for the man who was misled into believing he is the biological parent, the mother, and the child involved. It's one form of misattributed paternity or paternal discrepancy. Specifically, paternity fraud is the intentional misidentification of a child's biological father. Paternity fraud is distinct from other unintentional misattribution which may arise from simple error, an accident such as mix-up during fertility treatment or a sexual assault. Paternity fraud is a significant and growing concern in Nigeria, driven by societal pressures, infidelity, and increasing accessibility of DNA testing. Recent reports from DNA testing centers suggest that approximately 1 in 4 men who seek paternity tests discover they are not the biological fathers of their presumed children. Paternity fraud is a situation where a woman misleads or deceives a man into believing and accepting he is the biological father of a child. It is a rampant, growing, but underexploited issue in Nigeria with significant ethical, legal, and social consequences. Despite anecdotal evidence suggesting a high percentage of up to 40% in some private DNA testing centers, there is a critical research gap in empirical data and logical provision addressing paternity fraud. Existing family laws do not explicitly recognize paternity fraud, leading to inconsistent judicial outcomes and inadequate restitution, restitution for affected individuals. Cultural taboos connected to paternity testing further complicate the issue, as requesting a DNA test is often perceived as distrustful or disrespectful, challenging deeply held cultural values. This study examines the ethical dilemmas, legal gaps, cultural influences, and social impact of paternity fraud in Nigeria.
It's a welcome development. I don't have any issues with it at all. People don't just wake up and demand for DNA tests. It is based on circumstances and issues around relationship and trust. And that is why you see people coming up to say they want to be sure. We've had a whole lot of issues around paternity, both from the male angle and from the female angle. So we've had issues. And the only way you can draw finality or conclusion to it is when you ask for a DNA test. Now, the good thing about DNA test is that it is either 99% or 0%. So it's very easy to know that this is my child and this is not my child. Very easy. And I want to say that for me, I don't have any issues. I don't have any problem. I encourage it, particularly when there are doubts around the issue of birth. I don't see any reason if there are circumstances and you are demanding for paternity test. If there are no issues, then why are you afraid of it? You shouldn't be afraid when you know your hands are clean. So on the issue of breakages of marriages, of course it will happen. If it happened that it's negative or it's positive, I mean, and it happened that your suspicions are correct, certainly it will lead to either divorce or separation, basically. I don't think that is a social problem at all. But it will also give you rest of mind to say, yes, either this is my child or not. We must begin to live faithfully with each other. I think that is it. If you know you are not faithful, you should also know that you can be cut out, basically. That there is a way we can identify and find out if you were faithful in your marriage. All these things lead to succession as well, property rights and succession rights. So it is not just only paternity issues. It goes a long way when it comes to property devolution, as well as other areas of social issues that we must also look at. You do not want another person's child to inherit your property. So those are the things. You see, it's not something that just end up with the man and the woman. It goes further than that. And you will also recall that late MKO Abiola, before he died, insisted that the majority of his children should be tested. And that happens. And you all know the result of that test. A lot of those kids or a lot of those children were not his at all. And because of that, they were denied the rights of property inheritance. You see, but of course, he would have done that probably when he was alive. So I don't see anything wrong with it. It should be encouraged in society, and it should be encouraged globally.
It has become a thing that people now practice it because of some reasons. Otherwise, before now, it's assumed that once a woman is pregnant and she's married, that pregnancy belongs to her husband, and eventually the child belongs to the husband. But within some circumstances that you now find that maybe the child is sick and the child is taken to the hospital, he needs blood transfusion, the blood does not rhyme with the supposed father and things like that. I think that's where the idea of doing DNA came about. And you and I know that it can be so disappointing that you are raising a child only for you to discover that that child is not yours. And to avoid all this, that's where they brought the idea of doing DNA. And also, when they want to travel out, well, there are also issues there. So you go to embassy with so much confidence, and at the end of the day, you find that the children you have taken to embassy to get visa, they are not yours. So it's really disheartening. But I want to advise my fellow women, let us be truthful to our husbands. If you know you can't stay with the man, instead of jumping around, just get out of the marriage so everybody know that you are single. Instead of pretending to be married and yet you are more of a single person. And at the end of the day, you bring other men's children for the man to take care of. And at the end of the day, there are issues. So instead of putting yourself in that disgraceful manner, just stay on your own and they know that you are not married. And you can do whatever you want into your life. Nobody is going to ask you, why are you doing that? In every action, there are always consequences. So everybody should stick to what belongs to them so that the children you have will know that they are yours and things like that. But even the men, they do it with recklessness, except when the man eventually dies. You see people coming from every angle that this man was my father and all that. And I think that is not healthy. So let us believe morally. God says, if do not fornicate. So, and you know the punishment of fornication. So let's just avoid it and be faithful to our partner.
Findings reveal that economic insecurity, societal pressure on women to bear children, and restricted access to affordable DNA testing contributes to the problem. Key causes of paternity fraud include marital infidelity and concealment. Women may hide that a child was conceived with someone other than their partner to avoid divorce or abandonment. This can also happen when a woman gets pregnant, probably for her ex. In order to save her marriage and family reputation, she will cleave to an unsuspecting innocent loving partner, especially when the wedding date has been fixed. It does happen when the woman's husband lives abroad for greener pasture. Perhaps he stays out of the country for a couple of years and occasionally comes to visit once a year or once every 2 years to 5 years, leaving the woman lonely and vulnerable to temptations from other men. These ladies sometimes sleep with their house help or security guards. The brothers or best friend of the said man abroad may be lured into their net if they are not careful. Another factor is financial motivation, a desire to secure child maintenance, inheritance, or financial support from a financially stable man. Sometimes desperate ladies go a long way to tie the man of their dreams with pregnancy. They know fully well that the pregnancy does not belong to the said man. Due to the financial stability, they can get pregnant for any man of their choice to remain relevant in the scheme of things.
In our mother's days, they don't even know what is called DNA. Because when you are married, you are married. You live with your husband and your children. It's one family. There's no looking out. And if you look out, they have punishment for it, grave punishment for it. So that was like a standard control that our parents used to sustain friendship in marriage, to sustain respect in marriage, and to sustain oneness in marriage. But these days, it's so unfortunate that young people no more take marriage very seriously. No more take relationship very seriously. They no more take oneness of the family very seriously. And all our culture and traditional effects of such misbehavior is no more in practice. So the best option is to go for DNA. And now we show anything that is not made by God may not be 100% correct. That is truth about life. Anything that is not made by God is not 100% correct. So even the DNA, how we show is 100% correct. The person that is doing the test in the lab, any little mistake will give a bad name to a dog in order to hang it. So the way forward is that all those our cultural practices, traditional practices that are healthy should come back. We should effect it. What is important is your heart, your mind, your conscience before looking at deterrent from outside. In marriage, your heart, your mind, your conscience. This will guide you in order for you not to go astray, either as a man or as a woman. Then when these virtues are lost, then we begin to call for DNA. Of course, that's the last resort that will solve the problem. If a woman is accused innocently, then the woman can confidently say, let's go for DNA. And that woman will be vindicated. That's the last resort for now that we have. People are ready to go and swear. Even if you say go and swear, people are ready to go and swear. After swear, they go and do other things to counter this swear.
If it is done sincerely, it brings sanity to preserve marital vow. And at the same time, if a man and a woman knows at the end of their journey, something will come suddenly like this, everybody will check each of ourselves. And the word integrity will prevail. Even nowadays, nobody cares. Nobody wants to know or care about integrity. And that is why sometimes, before you marry in those days, our parents want to know from which family do you want to marry. They go deep into it. If it's a family where you are hit and run, they will not allow. But a woman who has no manner or a man who cannot really preserve, go from one place to another, just bringing babies. And when you find out most of the children, they are sick, you don't need the cause. It's because Fanta face and Coca-Cola body. You find out the father is from another person, the mother is from another place. So how do we go about it? So it's in order to allow integrity to prevail in marriage, I think it is very good and better. And also people should always know that anything you do in secret will come up one day. So I think I personally encourage it. We don't start what you cannot end. When you don't want your house to be broken, we must allow the truth and the honesty. Where your marriage is tailored by your parents, they pay your dowry. Fine, you are being attached to yourselves. And you need to grow into yourself and then bring out children. That's what the Bible says. But the child you want to bring out, or children, are they from one source? They are not corn that you grown up under. So we pray that no broken home. But if your house is broken, you want to find out why. If you mess up your bed, how do you want to lie on it? I encourage it. See if anything come contrarily, you will find out if it is really not. I'm not talking about short course test. You do tests that is not a Yahoo test, retest, and whatever it comes out, fine. What brought this matter of DNA test is reality. Yeah, because sometimes hunger can kill faith. At the time that there is hunger in the land, a stupid person can just come and dash currents of pounds or dollars, then you fall off, you derail like trail. So that is why it is good this should be done, and then it's a legacy they want to follow. Where for sincerity we are talking, and integrity will prevail. That will prevail in a marriage. Sincerity, integrity is what we are talking. Now when you have this, you may not bother, but when, in order to be properly sure, go ahead doing it, so that you rest assured, peradventure anything happens,
Social stigma and pressure. Fear of stigma, pressure to produce children, or pressure from family to have a father figure present. In Nigeria today, some ladies, in order to save their marriage, go extra mile to bear children for their partners, sometimes due to cultural pressure of having a male child or just to have children. Some religious women sleep around with the heads of a religious organization to bear children. Some ordained pastors and imams, traditional worshippers, some working class women get intimate with their colleagues in their places of work just to have children or male child in order to save their marriages.
I am fully in support of that. In terms of this, our modern living, why I really say I support it is that a whole lot of men have trained children for other people, being that they don't even know if they are the actual fathers of the children. The kind of lifestyle most of our ladies live these days, I will encourage that the government should make it reasonably affordable for every man or every child to have his DNA done. The reason for me, again, is that if you know the DNA of your child or you know the paternity test of a child, it gives you an in-depth responsibility for you to cater and do what you expect to do for that particular child all through life. But when you don't do it, or when you are not able to do it, when you start seeing some traces of abnormal character emerging from a child, you start imagining, what is this one coming from? And when these things keep happening like this, you see that you will lose trust, and at the end of the day, the psychological effect is enormous. It can even derail the entire system, the entire system of the man or the family. So that is just one of it. We also know that it has so much negative effect in doing it, because sometimes there are certain stories that don't need to be told in the course of living. So I will say that we have some things. Some people can manage a family. They may have some maybe limitations in terms of their production and all that from the men, and the woman tries to go out of her way to balance the entire house. And when she goes out of that ways and gets the house balanced, perhaps bringing the child or something like that, and then the man eventually find out that this is not my child, it derails the man. For me, sometimes we allow it slide, but majorly it is better we call a spade. We iron things out and make things work. Let the man know if he's adopting, let him know he's adopting. If he's not adopting, let him know the state he is. I will stand with that. But that doesn't deter us from telling us that sometimes certain things have to be kept quiet for peace to reign, for the entire community to be at peace.
Marriage is built on trust. And when you talked about DNA is like a breakdown of trust. When there's no breakdown of trust, DNA won't come. The reason why DNA cannot be ruled out, because you are living with human beings. You cannot also rule out the issue of trust and distrust. So it is there to clear doubt. So DNA naturally should not be compulsory for everybody. DNA test should not be compulsory for everybody. It should not be optional. When there are issues of doubt, then DNA cannot clear that doubt of paternity questions. So the point I'm making is that DNA came to solve a particular situation where people had doubt on the paternity position of their kids. And we find out from results that most time the DNA prove 99.9% no paternity. So we have also found out that DNA comes out to say that paternity correct. So the point I'm making is that DNA should not be made compulsory by government. DNA should be the last resort to clear doubt when there are issues of trust. It's very important. Okay, so that's the reason why we encourage couple. This extramarital activity can actually lead to this issue of doubt. When there is trust in marriage, you've married your wife, you have cohabited and begin to raise children, the issue of DNA will never come up. Yes, but when there are this issue of cohabiting extramarital activities, you will discover that when there are issues, that will come in. Secondly, we have seen that, a child is sick, come and donate blood. And at the end of the day, the blood is not matching. What do we do? Then those are questions of that. So we have also seen situations. This guy was sick. The child, 5 years old, took the child to the hospital. The father was to donate blood. They tested the blood is not matching. It was questioning. And after the shouts and all of what that comes through all of that, the woman also did a DNA and discovered that it was not also her. And when they now went back to where they discovered there was mistake from when the child was given birth to, they had mistakenly exchanged that child. And because the woman knew herself, the woman insisted and went through all the rigorous, and they were able to find those people who they gave birth same time in that same facility, and they find her own child. So the DNA naturally cannot be ruled out. There are issues of doubt that it has come to solve. So this is my position. Number one, it cannot now be a must that you just have your child go and do DNA. No, it will create doubt when such an accusation against the wife. After the result, such marriage can no longer be as it used to be, because there's already doubt, there's already breakdown of trust, and one of the power of marriage is trust. So we must ensure that this trust base is kept. It is only when the trust is no longer there, then the paternity test becomes very important.
Emotional relationship security. The intention to trap a partner, keep a relationship together, or create a two-parent household. This is where the woman picks on any man of her choice that she felt will be able to stand the test when she gets pregnant, not minding that she's already in a relationship with another man that she intends to get married to, or she's already a married woman living in her husband's house. This may not be the same for every woman, because we have most women in Nigeria that respect relationship and of course respect the tenets of marriage, irrespective of the pressure built upon by society and family to bear male children or still to have children. Other case is uncertainty and concealment. In case where the mother is unsure of the biological father, she may choose a partner to be the legal father. This goes for women with multiple sexual partners. They may not know the guy that got them pregnant. On realizing they are pregnant, they choose from the region of sexual partners, especially the one they feel is financially stable and responsible to be the father of their unborn child. Cultural factors. Pressure to have children, particularly male children, in some cultures can drive women to hide the true paternity. This can happen in a traditional setting when the line of succession must be maintained. In order to maintain the lineage of the throne, some women will go out of their way to bear a male child or children to maintain the rulership of the clan. The question that is somewhat difficult to answer is whether families should be encouraged to go for paternity tests when the children are born to prevent a foreseen heartache. To ensure clarity in raising a family a man is sure of. Another nagging thought is how many Nigerians can afford the money to go for a paternity test. It's quite expensive, and an average Nigerian will not be able to foot the bill for a child paternity test, talk less of 2 or 3 children. With the high level of infidelity in Nigerian society today, how can a man secure his home without doubt, know for sure that the children he's fathering are his? There are causes and effects, actions and reactions are equal and opposite. Men, if you must travel out of the country, try everything within your power to take your wife along. After some months or years, let it not be for too long. Women, the choices you have to make as a mother goes a long way to affect the family. Maintain your dignity as a woman or a mother. Put your emotions in check no matter the pressure. Family members, do not put undue pressure on the husband or wife because of the absence of children in your son's marriage. Remember, be it male or female child, they are all gifts from God. Do not put yourself under undue pressure because you want a male child. Men have died of heartache or heart attack on realizing that the children they raised as their children were never theirs. Families shattered on finding out that though they grew up together, did everything together for a long time, were never of the same father. Look around families in Nigeria today, men are divided beyond recognition as the battle for paternity is tearing the fabric of the society apart. Trust dashed, love thrown out of the window, husbands and wives of dagger drawn, children confused on how to relate with the man they once called father. In all of this commotion, some men do not mind if the kid is theirs as long as they were the ones that the child gets to call father. Men have died of heartache or heart attack on realizing that the children they raised as their children were never theirs. Families shattered on finding out that though they grew up together, did everything together for a long time, were never of the same father. Look around families in Nigeria today. Men are divided beyond recognition as the battle for paternity is tearing the fabric of the society apart. Trust dashed, love thrown out of the window, husband and wives as dagger drawn, children confused on how to relate with the man they once called their father. In all of this commotion, some men do not mind if the kid is not theirs as long as they were the ones that the child gets to call father. Some families choose to bury such dark secrets to keep the family together by living with the pains of betrayal in each of their waking days. As for the ones that cannot take it, they had to court for divorce or return the bride price of the woman if the wedding was based on tradition. Look at that son or daughter of yours. Is he or she truly your blood as a father, as a mother? Look at him or her very well. Is he truly the son or daughter of your husband? That man you call father, is it truly your father? Don't you think it's better to go for a paternity test? Who's your daddy? Who's your dada? Who's your pappy? Don't you think as a child you need to know who your father is? Wilson Omasho reporting.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
All right, beautiful people, it's another lovely episode of your favorite Men's Rendezvous on television, and it is none other than the Guys Hangout Show on independent television, broadcasting live from the City of Bronze. Yep, it is the city where the king is truly king. Now, for the first timers out there, the Guys Hangout Show is one show that encourages young people to prioritize their lives, put themselves first. You know, we live in a society where little or no attention is given to the needs of men. Why is that? Only God knows. But hey, if you don't put yourself first, who's going to put you first? So that's basically what this show exists for, okay? So we encourage young men, basically, you know, to prioritize themselves and prioritize their needs. It's only when they put themselves first and invest in themselves that they can have to give to others. Just like the adage says, you can't give what you don't have. My name is Harry Aigboje, and of course, it's my pleasure to have you join us on this beautiful episode of the show. Now, like you already know, I'm never alone. I've got some amazing gentlemen in the house with me, and together we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting topic that we have to discuss tonight. Now, to my far left is a very amazing person. He is a social analyst, and of course, he's also an educationist. He goes by the name of Ramsey Uwaila Abu. Good to have you, Ramsey.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harry. And as usual, it is always a pleasure to be on the show.
Indeed.
And as good advocates of good things in society, or as satirists, the Guys Hangout Show has been a platform for us to correct some of the ills in society and as well expose its vices in order for it not to be repeated by the younger generations.
Absolutely. I mean, who's in a better position to, bring some of these issues to the fore than the natural leaders of society? Yeah. There are lots of responsibilities on men's shoulders. So we really can't afford not to live up to those expectations, right? All right, it's good to have you in the house. Now, seated next to him is a friend and a colleague. He took out time from his busy schedule to be with us today.
Of course.
Yes, of course. And he goes by the name of Michael. It's good to have you, Michael.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege to be here again to, showcase and show what the guys is all about. Anyway, this is a wonderful platform for us to actually discuss things that pertains boys, guys especially. The good and the bad. We don't have to be biased. Understand. Thank you very much for the privilege.
Thank you so much for coming. Now, gentlemen, we have a very interesting topic before us. We're taking a look at emotional intelligence, right? The need for people to learn to control their emotion. Now, if you take a look at a lot of young people today, you will discover that there seems to be a lack of emotional control. For example, when someone is very happy, they tend to do something crazy. They tend to do things that, they later begin to regret. And then when they're also very angry, they go to the extreme, right? Some of them do some very crazy things, only for them to start regretting it later. Now, you will agree with me that there is need for emotional control. Why do you think a lot of young people don't seem to have that ability to control themselves when they are at the apogee, when they are at the height of their emotional, expressions?
Okay, let me say lack of emotional discipline. It's almost becoming a widespread thing in our society. Not almost becoming, it is. It is a cankerworm that is eating deep into the fabric of the society. Lack of emotional discipline among the youth today can be tied to a number of factors.
Okay.
But before going to this number of factors, I want us to dwell on I want us to give a working definition of lack of emotional discipline. To be able to discipline yourself, first, is one of the greatest things you could ever do in life. It's very easy for you to tell the next person you are not doing this, you are supposed to do this. But how about yourself? How about you? So that is what many of our youths don't have. And when these emotions come, we know that emotions sometimes tend to take us off our natural state, at that state where our senses are complete. But that notwithstanding, there is still need for us to take control of our emotions, because the resultant effects of our emotional actions most times are very detrimental. People tend to take permanent decisions in temporary settings because they couldn't just suppress their emotions. And as youth, we all know that the youthful age comes with its own youthful exuberance. That curiosity, that need for exploration and all that tend to make our emotions flare up, and some of us even we are not being controlled by our temporary emotions instead of sitting down to say, what will be the resultant effect of this particular thing? But what are some of the factors that are responsible for this lack of emotional discipline? One, peer pressure. My friends do it, I will also want to do it. It is almost becoming a new normal now that if you are, let me use your language, if you are the type that is rugged in quotes, so they seem to see you as a macho man, that man that is taking control over that tough guy. So instead they want to also do so that people will call them tough guy. No one is thinking about the consequences. And these consequences most time are very, very detrimental, either in the long run or in the short time. So I think youth need to sit down and take total control of their emotions. If they are able to take total control of their emotions, it will save them a whole lot. Religiously, in terms of a relationship and all that. We'll get to that in the course of this discussion.
Absolutely, we will definitely get to that. Now, Michael, there is a story in the Bible of a king, I think Herod, who asked his wife's daughter to entertain him and his guests. Now, the lady performed so well that he was super impressed. He was impressed to the point where he, gave her a blank check. asked her to, name her price or ask for anything. And then we all know how that story went. The lady asked for the head of John the Baptist, and the rest they say is history. Now that was at the height of the man's excitement, right? And that's a case in point, as far as this discourse is concerned. The fact that some men particularly, we're actually looking at this as it affects us men, because a lot of things go wrong when a man loses his emotion. We're not trying to give exceptions for other people or other classes of society, women and children, but men are supposed to be in charge,
of course,
right? They're supposed to be at the helm of affairs. And then imagine what happens when someone who's supposed to be at the helm of affairs loses control, like in the case of Herod. And we all, like I said, we all know how that story went.
Of course.
Why do you think some men lose it in the height of excitement?
All right. Sometimes we let our emotions get the better part of us. We need to do things that we're not supposed to do.
Okay.
Understand? So, when a society whereby my colleague just said that this exuberance, cloud of memories, cloud of memories and everything, you get. So, right now, when some persons are in a kind of state, it's better for you to calm down. All right, better for you to calm down and think. We shouldn't.
Some will even recommend that you take a deep breath.
Of course, just take a deep breath. You understand? Sometimes if I can make should I say, salacious allusion, when some men are in this, what should I put it now? This ecstasy. They tend to make
rash decisions.
Rash decisions, and because of that ecstasy, something that they can't actually do. You get, so they just start making those promises because of the height, the peak, the apogee of that excitement in quotes. You get, so I think people should, most of the time, they have to calm down when they're in situations, whether they are. See, we have some people that are belligerent. You get, so when they're in a particular situation, they should try to keep calm. Just keep calm so that your emotions don't get the better part of you. You get, sometimes we got to do things that we later get to regret so much. In fact, you'll be like, am I the one that did this? I can't believe it. You get, these some persons there in television, they'll ask them, so how do you feel? They'll not be melancholic, like, well, I feel bad. That's because they allowed, you get, so
they allow their emotion to get
the better part of them. You get, so if some persons actually bring themselves to a check, like, this is how she respond in situation. For example, now, all right, some persons that they're asking for donation. Some persons out of shyness or whatever, out of they want to impress, intimidation, they just begin to call. At the end of the day, now you're calling them, they're running away from.
Like we say in our local parlance, when their eye clear.
Of course, when their eye clear in the local parlance, you understand. So sometimes when they're in different situations, you try to be placid. Not so fall into regret.
Now, there's a particular story I stumbled upon on social media of a guy that was just thinking aloud, right? Some of these guys will just come on social media and say certain things, like share their experiences and all. So dude was talking about an experience he had with his, with a lady, right? He said that he used to, every time he comes on social media and sees people talking about PS5, that he remembers a certain experience he had with a lady, how that he used to play PS5 a lot, and then at some point, a certain girl he was dating at the time got fed up with the fact that he was getting too addicted to the game. And then she came, seized the PS5 and then soaked it in water, right? And that was how he lost his PS5. And ever since, every time he hears people talking about PS5, that experience just, comes rushing back into his mind. Now, this, to a very large extent, has affected lots of relationships, right? We have men who just tend to lose their emotion or lose their senses the moment they are angry, for example. Lots of cases of DV, domestic violence, are born out of this, lack of emotional discipline. You're angry, someone offended you. Now, just like Michael just said, one of the measures that people usually recommend whenever someone is angry is that they take a walk, right? Take a walk away from the scene. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Now, that singular act by that lady was born out of a lack of emotional discipline. Now, how much damage do you think this could, do to society if it is not checked?
Definitely, it will increase the number of inmates we have in our prison. It will encourage more violence, as people will tend to learn from the wrong people. It will cause a lot of breakup. It will increase divorce. it will increase the rates of crime. You know, when we're talking about emotions, it all starts from the mind. People should learn to put their mind in check. Well, before you act, definitely these things have been conceived on the mind. You tend to brood on it on the mind. You tend to ruminate on it on the mind. If you are able to keep those things, those negative things on your mind in check, it will not result to emotional outburst.
You're saying it all begins with meditation.
Meditation, premeditation. You see some of these things that people do out of, I call it emotional outburst. They've conceived it on their mind for some time. Though some persons are short-tempered, but that notwithstanding, you still have to do with something of the mind. They ruminated on it on the mind before they will say, okay, let's take this action. So these things should be discouraged. If it is not discouraged, we'll have so many ladies who will later regret their actions in relationship. And going to the case you just cited, sir, concerning the young lady that decided to soak the PS5 of her boyfriend immerse it in water and all that, that's because she couldn't just keep her emotions in check. Now, this is the same lady that will sit down later and say she will regret that thing she have done. That was not her intention. Her intention was just to get the attention of the man. But now that she have done it, the man is scared. If a lady could do this, next time she might decide to go for the TV or the refrigerator or any other appliances they have in the house.
So the guy seems to be living with the trauma now.
The guy seems to be living with the trauma, and the lady also live with the trauma. She's traumatized. There are some ladies that cannot, there are some people that cannot keep their emotions in check. And after the action, they always regret it. So the guy, the lady, the emotional outburst is not okay for any of them. So what we need to tell our youth out there is they should learn to always take responsibility for their action, and they should learn to always keep their emotions in check. They should learn to always guide their hearts. Not many things comes into the heart. It depends on how you ruminate on it before you give it out. The heart is like the processing unit. If you process it well and decide to say, okay, let this thing go, or I will report this to the authority, you do this yourself before in that thing. Not you trying to just get everything at this before you want to attack. No, at the end, those are right to become wrong. So I think people should learn to discuss some of the things they intend to do
with themselves.
Before bringing it out.
Okay, now, Michael, while he was talking, he made reference to the need for accountability, and that's a should I call it a currency that seems to be lacking in recent time, in modern day, because a lot of persons would rather push the blame to someone else, the blame for their actions to someone else, and the blame game continues. It seems like a cycle. It's a never-ending phenomenon. Someone does something wrong, and instead of owning up and saying, oh yeah, I did this and this is why I did it and I'm sorry, they keep looking for somebody else to push the blame to, and then the person you're pushing the blame to also wants to push it to somebody else. Where does this lead us?
All right, there is this cliche which Nigerians always use, is the devil's work.
Okay.
All right, it's not the devil's work, it's inbuilt, it's in you. You need to be cultured, you need to be disciplined. Sometimes you don't have to let it out. There are sometimes you just need to calm down. You just need to calm down, and that thing you want to, there's this thing that, should I call it the super ego, is pushing you to say it. You don't have, sometimes hold it down. You don't have to let it go, because when it goes out, it causes damage. Sometimes we need to be, not sometimes, all the time, we need to be disciplined. Like you rightfully said, see, these things they are inbuilt. If you want to, okay, let's assume we're in a particular place right now, all right, and some things are happening. I think the mind is one of the fastest system in the body.
Processors.
Yeah, one of the fastest processors you get. So you need to process some of the things you want to see. Is it going to affect this person? Is it going to affect me later? What's going to be the come up pants for this thing if I let it go? So sometimes you just need to think, process everything, and before you see everything will be copacetic. You understand? So sometimes we just need to let things go.
Okay.
I myself now, some persons do complain about me some certain times. They'll say, why don't you get angry? Because I know what's going to happen if I get angry. I can't go to prison because of you. I can't spend the rest of my life because of you. So all I have this particular method. Either I keep quiet, or I start singing, or I leave. You get? So we just need to have,
those are your personal measures.
Yeah. So I have this particular modus operandi. That's the way I operate it. So whether I start singing, even if you reach you, but I don't care. You get? So for peace to reign, you get, for peace to reign, I just need to be placid. Before you everything will be cool.
All right, guys, in case you're just joining us, it's still the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television. And tonight we're taking a look at the need for emotional discipline. Now, emotional discipline seems to be lacking in our day because a lot of persons just allow themselves go when they are at the height of their emotional expression. There's absolutely nothing wrong in, being yourself and expressing yourself. But, it's very important that you learn to put a check on your emotion. Else you do things that you will regret, either good or bad. Now, Ramsey, let's take a look at the attendance effect of these things, right? Now, while Michael was talking, he made reference to the fact that sometimes the effects of these things are long-term.
Yeah, they are.
And so, for example, the things you say cannot be taken back.
Words are like eggs, and when broken, you can't retrieve them. And that is why you must mind your words, you must mind your actions. You must not throw stones at every dog that barks at you. A man that is focused will not always want to attend to distractions. Some of these things these people do, they are distractions. If you are on the moving bicycle, then there is no need to stop. Have you seen anybody that is sleeping on a bicycle?
Of course not.
No, if you want to get to your destination, you keep moving. Now, definitely the people will get on your nerves. People will want to say things that will distract you. But like I always told my students, you don't throw stones at every dog that barks at you. That is a way of keeping your emotions intact. Now, you see, the effects of emotional outburst, most times they outweighs the benefit of it. So if you check some of the things that you will do when you get angry, then you keep your anger in check. And let's not forget, anger is just a letter different from danger. If a man is very hungry, it will lead the man to a dangerous place that the man did not even expect. So with that, I expect everyone these days to say, I won't get angry. Instead, I will report to the authority, or I will do this later. You must sit here and start looking at the resultant effects of what this thing will be. A wise man once told me, he said, we know how fights start, but we don't know how it ends. So if you know you don't know how a fight is going to end, then don't start the fight.
Don't start the fight, okay.
So it's time for us to sit down and say, this is not the time we allow emotions to get over us. Rather, this is the time for us to keep our emotions in check. And most times you find out that you will be very happy later if you are able to keep your emotions in check. Because when you see the resultant effect of most things that will occur when you are not keeping your emotions in check, you find out that it's so detrimental. It outweighs the positive aspect of it. So I think it's always good for us to control our emotions and don't allow our emotions to control us. Like I said before, when you see people that are taking permanent decisions in temporary situations, you know that they are not able to keep their emotions in check.
Now, there's a school of thought that it's better to express yourself than to allow your emotions to accumulate. Because when you allow that to happen, it will get to a certain point where, there will be an explosion. And once that explosion takes place, a lot of things go wrong. Do you share that opinion?
Yeah. All right. The thing now is that I think it's a stupendous idea. See, share your opinions, but let it be packaged in a way that will not affect the next person.
Okay.
See, let's assume someone upsets me, and it's been bothering me, causing some my veins, everything. So I want to let the person know. There'll be a way. I have to take the person away from the public or from that place, so that person will not feel embarrassed. And I'll take the person to a particular place and start first. See, you need to make the person feel calm first, compliment the person first, and then start making your own complaints.
Okay.
In that, using that modus operandi, it will make the person feel guilty. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. But if you come in a bellicose manner, just begin
in a hostile manner.
Just be shouting and everything, it deteriorates everything. So there should be a particular way, like I said, the packaging. Just call the person to a particular place. At least the person should be reasonable enough to know, okay, for you to even bring this thing to my table, I think let us solve it. You get, if the person keeps talking and make everything worse, you can tell the person, okay, I've said what I have to say, and well, to God, I've already done my part and done my level best, and you take off. So it doesn't just develop a particular pattern that will not make things worse.
Okay.
Rather make things, ameliorate things.
Okay.
You get, so it's just be the way you think.
All right, Ramsey, what you just said borders on manner of approach. Do you share that thought?
Yes, another angle to this particular issue is that there are some things that are better left unsaid.
Unsaid, okay.
maybe instead of saying it and before you know it creates rancor, states of agibagi, chaos and all that. But then, what you say and how you say it are two different things. You can decide to say something bad in a very good manner, in a way that the person you are talking to will not even know this thing is as bad as that. So if you must express yourself in order not to add fuel to fire, you must learn to put words in order. You know, when a child said, "Mommy, if you are my mother, you shouldn't have allowed Mama Nkechi to beat me like this. I never knew someone can beat me." The child is using words to manipulate his mother. Another person will say, "Okay, Mommy, this is what happened." Okay. So how you say it and what you are going to say matters a lot. But I think if you must express yourself, put all your skills and dexterity, your communicative skills to how you are going to put that message across. It will help settle the dust.
All right, thank you so much, Ramsey. Now, on the final note, because time is actually fast spent, what's your advice for people out there who always tend to think after they've acted? Right? There are people like that.
Of course.
Whereas the normal procedure is to think before acting. But there are people who only begin to think after they've done certain things. Yeah. What's your advice for such people?
Yeah, some persons should develop this habit of packaging themselves to the extent that they don't have to regret their actions. Before you just blow off, think about what is this my outburst going to cost for me and for the person. What is going to be the end result? Okay. You just have to calm down sometimes. You see, the mind is very, very delicate. It can traumatize you. After you've hurt someone with your words, it can come back like a boomerang. It can boomerang, come back to you. You may never believe, you may never sleep because of
what you've said.
You are thinking of.
So it's your conscience that's not helping you.
Yeah, of course. You just need to think like, okay, how will you feel somebody tells you this particular thing you're saying?
Shoes,
okay. You just need to calm down.
All right.
Most of the time now, I believe you think like, this what I say to this person, let me edit it.
Okay.
Like I just send somebody.
Well, sometimes it's too late to even edit.
Of course, it's too late. You get. So right. Sometimes I just throw my advice and be like, okay, I'm so sorry about that.
All right, thank you. Ramsey, you said something about. I know on the final note though. I know you already said something about discussing some of these things with yourself first. Yeah. So would that be your final word on this?
Yeah. Everyone out there should learn to be in total control of their personality in all ramification.
Okay.
Don't throw stones at every dog that barks at you. Keep moving and be focused.
All right, gentlemen, I want to say a big thank you for taking our time to be with me on tonight's edition of the show. You guys made it a success, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I hope that the next time I call upon you, you will be able to oblige me.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Now, it's been the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television, broadcasting live from the city of Bronx. And tonight, we've been talking about the need for emotional discipline. Now, it's very, very important that you learn to control yourself. There is absolutely nothing wrong in expressing yourself. It's why you're human, right? But it's also very important that you learn to put a check on yourself, just so you don't do things that you'll regret. Nobody wants to regret their actions. It's never a good thing, okay? So it's very important that you learn to put your emotions in check. My name is Harry Aigboje, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, this is me saying stay out of trouble and enjoy the rest of your night. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
Ọba àtọ́pẹ́ yìí.